About 50 years ago, during the conservative restoration of the parish church of San Pietro in Vincoli in Villar San Costanzo, the labourer who was working with a pickaxe, mallet and awl at one point exclaimed, "There's a finger here, bringing to light ancient masonry and various previously unknown frescoes." Since then, we know what the almost 1,000-year-old abbey must have looked like originally. We also know the name of Pietro da Saluzzo, the author of the frescoes in the chapel of San Giorgio, with the date 1469. We all know of St. George's encounter with the dragon in the countless stories painted over the centuries, but the dragon is missing here, or rather, only the crumbling tail remains. Its body must have been enormous. This can be seen from the effort of the 4 pairs of sturdy oxen busy carrying its very heavy carcass away on a cart. Among the tortures inflicted on George for his Christian faith is that of the wheel, which was equipped with sharp blades and which is shown here operated by a slave with a dull look and coarse facial features, made to look ridiculous even in his clothing by his pants sliding down his buttocks. But thanks to divine intervention, the wheel breaks and the saint is saved. He is then led to a temple to call upon the gods expressly, and George bows down and appeals directly to Christ to destroy the pagan building. A lightning bolt strikes the temple, setting it on fire and overwhelming it with its demons. As further proof, George is asked to resurrect some dead people in this episode. Thanks to the saint's prayer, the dead are miraculously brought back to life, and George baptises them before their return to the afterlife. In the martyrdom scene, the executioner's face is quite realistic, with a white jacket contrasting his tattered trousers. He is caught placing the sword in its long red sheath with an impassively cruel expression. But death proves St. George victorious, and his soul ascends to heaven on a white linen sheet carried by 2 angels and heads toward the hand of God. The chapel vault depicts the 4 evangelists on different types of thrones that evoke the great art of carved woodwork typical of 15th century Saluzzo. Notice John's face with his swollen cheek, which may allude to when he is blowing on a pen to prevent ink stains from falling onto the parchment sheets. Lastly, before we leave, we would like to give you a closer look at the face of the Virgin and Child, enthroned between St. Catherine of Alexandria and St. Magdalene, whose expression is no longer as solemn as in 14th century Marian icons, but begins to merge with a naturalness and gentleness of gaze and gesture that increases the believer's empathy with what he is observing.